Call me madam, will you please?
I'll call
That's
you
much
madam,
nicer.
huh?
That's nicer.
Well, in some circles, that's not considered such a nice name. I will compromise and call you mademoiselle, huh?
That's all right. I used to be mademoiselle.
Well, who wasn't, huh?
And they took 20 girls up to the capital, Stockholm, and picked out 9 girls and introduced them in the weekly review, who always are the sponsor of Miss Sweden. And then the population of Sweden voted.
And you were an overwhelming success, huh? You breezed in. You were like native dancer, in other words, huh? Native dancer should look that good.
What is that, man?
Native Dancer was a famous racehorse who had just retired as stud. Okay, I don't give you any stuff, but stop crouching, Dwan. It'll get you nothing. Man. Well, let's get back to the Miss Universe contest. You say this was held in Stockholm?
Oh.
Actually, I thought you were around 13 and just been bar mitzvahed. What are you laughing at? You know what that means?
Yes, I heard a Chinese joke about that, but I forgot. That was a punchline. Say something in Chinese.
Yeah. I think we can skip over that whole thing here. And, this isn't turning out the way I contemplated. Eh? Either that or they turn into an omelet. You say they throw vegetables at each other?
Yes, indeed.
Are these vegetables still in the can?
Cans? No, we don't
Or do
have...
they can what they can?
You see, we don't have cans in Pakistan.
You don't?
We believe in having everything fresh.
You see, this audience, Pat, let me explain something to you. This audience is even filthier than I am. The slightest shading they will pick up and gobble.
So you lived in the hills?
How long?
Well, I lived there about 20 years in caves and under trees and top of trees.
What sort of comforts of home did you have there? Huh?
Well, I had a sleeping bag and football and a shopping bag full of nuts.
What was the football for?
Well, I never had a tree mate. I mean, I never had a girlfriend or a friend, so I had to play with something, so I played with the football.
I've heard of people making a forward pass, but this was with 11 men.
Well, the object...
You know, that's something I've never understood, Helen. What is the purpose of the glass egg? How does it work?
Well,
What is the principle of it?
Well, the principle of putting a glass egg under the youngsters is to keep the old pair satisfied.
Well, they're up in Bakersfield, aren't they?
Well, no, as a rule, you only shift the one. You don't shift the pair when you ship. You leave one at home.
Well, why do you... still don't understand why you put a glass egg under them. What does that do?
Well, that's just so you don't raise too many youngsters, too many squeakers.
Well, suppose there isn't a glass egg under the pigeon. What
Well,
happens?
then he just goes to work again.
Well, I guess that's as far as we can go on that. Well, you've certainly clarified that, Helen.
We had no playing cards or any way to entertain the boys, so we sat on the floor and played these tiddlywinks. About 9 o'clock, the manager...
It was 9 in the morning?
No, at night.
Same night, huh?
They'd only been there about a half an hour when the
And you
manager...
whipped out the tiddlywinks as soon as they got there, is that it? Must have been a great kick to these fellas. Huh? Imagine these two guys getting off the boat and say, let's go over to her apartment. We're going to get some hot tiddlywinks. Huh? guy says, no, let's go to a barroom. He says, you nuts, let's go over that tiddlywink thing there. So what happened? There you are, the four of you on the floor playing tiddlywinks, huh?
And the manager came up.
The manager? He wanted to get in the game, too?
No, he knocked on the door very loudly, and he said we were making too much noise, that we would have to go out and seek entertainment somewhere else.
You were making too much noise playing tiddlywinks?
Playing tiddlywinks.
What were you playing with, loaded tiddlies? or were you using manhole covers? Well, is the food any good in this hash house?
Wonderful. I eat chicken every night. I think I'm going to turn into a hen.
Well, you haven't got too far to go, man.
I'm already there.
No, I don't think so. John, are potatoes really fattening?
No, sir. It's what you put on them that's fattening.
What do you mean?
Oh, butter, gravy, cheese. But if you put that on a mattress, it'll fatten you too.
That's one of the few things I've never had on a mattress. I just couldn't resist it. You had 5 kids and no pigs, huh?
And we got 3 more.
3 pigs?
3 more kids.
You now have 8 kids?
Yeah, 8 kids.
And where is your husband? Is he in the audience?
No, just died 3 years ago. I know, though.
How do you know he died? Maybe he's just hiding.
No.
Well, I'm sorry he's dead, Anna, but he said he knew what he was doing. Do you have your beady eye on another potential?
Yeah.
You what?
Yeah.
Well, let's go on with this lesson here now.
All right, now.
Now, suppose somebody comes in and wants to take a lesson. Let's say that he wants to come in and he wants to take some lessons. What is the first thing you do?
I find out if they want to be professionals, amateurs, or just sing in the bathroom. That's a great, that helps me a great deal about the teaching.
I see. There's 3 kinds of...
There are 3 kinds of singers, yes.
There's professional, amateur, and crane plumbing, in other words.
Yes. The crane plumbers, I tell them to go back home. Yes.
Well, they usually have the best pipes of all, you know. How would you analyze me?
You? Oh, every time I see you with a cigar in your mouth, I think of all the frustrations you had as a child and the wrong kind of a bottle that they gave you.
Mademoiselle, it may interest you to know that I never had a bottle.
You're still looking for it in your cigar.
Well, it's been a very enervating experience, darling. And one I never hope to go through again. However, the time has come, the walrus said to play You Bet Your Life.